My name's Buzz. I play in the band the Melvins. Me and my wife Mackie do a lot of art here in my workspace, studio type area.
I've done music packaging for almost 25 years. I think because when I was a kid and I used to love album covers so much, I was really into music too. I guess my first awareness of a love for design was looking at album covers.
I put myself in an environment where I'm surrounded by things. It will help me be creative. I never understand people that can just sit and stare at a wall. I mean, I can do that too, but I much prefer something that's more overwhelming. Just plugged in to a little tiny amp and just jam tune. If I can't think of anything to write, then I'll just play songs, cover songs until something comes to me. I love playing these weird guitars. I think guitars have their own stories in them. Sometimes out of tune is fine too. I mean, aren't there enough bands playing in tune? You know, should people expect me to do that as well? That's it. And you just play guitar.
This is a combination of laser printing and actual scribblings.
Very patient when it comes to playing guitar, but I'm very impatient when it comes to art. I'll sit there and go, oh, that looks great. That looks really good. Oh, I should do that. Let's move on. Like, no, wait. The longer you work on it, the better it usually is.
Yeah, things evolve. This friend of mine that I worked with had a printing press business. He moved away and he said, if you want these presses and you could take them all away, you can have them. Okay, I'll take it. I brought home the smallest one, which is still almost as big as a half of a Volkswagen. So this one's from 1894. It's a one color at a time. It's a platen press. This press right here is from the 1950s. It's called a flatbed press. It's used for proofing, and it's also one color at a time and one page at a time. This repurposing of comic books. So we're printing different things on these comic books. It comes out really cool. It's a lot slower, but it's way more accurate. Every single page is totally different. This is the back.
So you can make your own books. Think it looks okay?
It was kind of a natural progression to design and do the whole entire thing here. And then Buzz takes them on tour and sells them on tour. It just worked really well with all the different ingredients. Oh yeah, we did these. I think these were really cool. I've got this giant old LPs that didn't have the records in them, and we printed different Melvins covers on them.
Repurposing old record covers. This is such a great idea. Partridge Family album covers with the Melvins printed on it, to me, is pretty funny. Olivia Newton-John album with the Melvins Stoner Witch printed on it is incredibly funny. I don't know what other people think. Maybe I'll have an idea for something and then we'll talk it over. She'll put her graphic ideas to work on that idea and turn it into something that's way better. T-shirt design, everything. There's no part of what we're doing that she's not involved in. I feel really blessed in that she's a great graphic designer. We both have a pretty dark sense of humor. You know, there's lots of stuff that we're laughing about that maybe nobody else is laughing about. What we're really into is cute violence. Cute little animals that would normally be cute doing something horrific. Cute violence always works. We have so many designs for stuff that there's not even room for it. So many ideas for things that have never even been used yet. Took me about a year to put the whole thing together, but I couldn't work on it all at once because I'd be on tour or gone. So it just gradually grew all the way to the end. I want somebody to let me do this to their whole house. That'd be good. Some rich rock star should let me do it. It's very overwhelming. I really like it a lot. It makes me feel good. So next time I'll do the walls too. He doesn't care about the ceiling at all, do you? Spend a lot of time down here. That's why I want it to be comfortable. It has to feel good. I mean, I'm a collector. I understand the collector mentality. I don't think I'd have married her if that would have been a problem. You know, it would have been a deal breaker for me. This guy here. And we love dogs. Dogs have a big place in our whole life. My wife's work, she's capable of doing a lot of things. I don't think there's anything she's incapable of doing. She's a good illustrator. She's got really good graphic design sense in a traditional form. She's good at unconventional design and good at executing things like printing.
I went to school for graphic design, but I was working in advertising. I got laid off of my job, and I just, I started doing freelance work. I started doing work for my friends in bands. Like Social Distortion was one of the first ones. Other bands saw my work and wanted to work with me. It's been really fun. I was a punk rocker. I did punk rock designs, and I played in bands, and I love music. But that was the scene. It opened the doors for everyone to do their own thing. So to do their own record designs, to record their music.
We've been been together for 24 years, and I would say that there's no period of time during that entire amount that we didn't work together on something.
So we met in Santa Cruz backstage at a Jesus Lizard and Helmet show. We talked a lot. They were looking for a bass player, so I was kind of like, I play bass. and I gave Buzz my number, and the Melvins were just about to go on tour, and they had this guy that Buzz didn't like. I don't remember his name. I just remember I went to see him when they came down here. They played at Jabberjaw, and he was spitting on the guy the whole time while they were playing. And then I was talking to this friend of his that was on tour with them. He's like, oh yeah, Buzz is still in town. He's going to be in town for a little while longer. And I was like, oh, well, tell him to call me. So then he called me the next day. And then he moved in basically like 2 days later.
Women that are willing to put up with what I do and how I think and how I act don't grow on trees. So I was very, very aware of that, and I'm not going to find another one, so I'm going to make this work.
I think he's pretty intense, and he's probably one of the smartest people I know. He doesn't really have a lot of patience for people who aren't as smart as him, and not very many people are as smart as him, so I can understand why people are intimidated.
We're both very driven people, and it's hard to imagine it any other way.
He's like possessed, like in The Exorcist, the Moo Moo. As far as the way Buzz looks, I get some input there too. So the hair, but he has a really specific thing he wants with the hair. I think it's just to look as weird as possible. Really stands out on the golf course. Can I touch your hair? Yeah, a lot. Is that a wig? Did you get your finger stuck in the electrical socket? One of the things that I really appreciated about the Melvins before I started working on their art is their sense of humor and the tongue-in-cheek approach to graphics. They're super fun to work with because they let me just, take the ball and run with it.
I'm a firm believer in letting people do their job. I'm a firm believer with the guys that I play with. I let them do their work. Let them play the bass. Let them play the drums. Let's hear what they can do, That's really important to me. It will be a better thing in the end if I trust the artist.